What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to my first full official video in my new spot in Nashville. Probably got to play around with the lighting a little bit. This reflection is driving me crazy. Now it's going to drive you crazy. So I had to sell the blue sofa because it didn't fit in here, but I got this blue chair because I felt like it evoked the spirit of our old blue sofa. Rest in peace. But today I just wanted to do a quick single roundup. I've been trying to do these every month, and I know that it was only like 3 videos ago that I did the last one, but there's a lot of music released, and because of the move this month, I just didn't get as much content up. But I will say I think the Brooks and Dunn video and the steel guitar video are some of my best work. I mean, those are labors of love, so thank you for enjoying them. The main reason I want to film today and kind of rush this video out is because I gotta have something immediately up on the channel about Hardy's new song, Wait in the Truck, with Lainey Wilson.
I got turned around in some little town I'd never been.
I said when I did that video, Hardy sold out a few months ago, that I felt like he was saving his best stuff for his actual follow-up record to Iraq rather than putting it on a Hixtape album. And I think I was right, because this song is awesome. This song is so good. It's so different. That's what makes it so good. It's like the darkest song I have heard in a while. It follows the story essentially of Hardy finding this girl on the road who has been battered up and then going into this trailer and killing the man that did that to her. He ends up in prison, and like that's kind of it. That's sort of the whole story of the song. But what makes it really just cool and different is that Lainey Wilson has pretty much the whole chorus to herself.
I don't know if he's an angel, 'cause angels don't.
And she's almost pleading to a judge. Certainly in the video she is, and I think the video really elevates the song. But she's saying, like, I don't know if he's an angel because of what he did, but my life got better when he said, wait in the truck. Wait right here while I go take care of business. And Hardy, meanwhile, is reflecting like, you know, I've been in here for 60 months and I might be in here the rest of my life, but things are better for her since I said wait in the truck. And man, it gave me feelings of The Night That the Lights Went Out in Georgia, or even Fancy, just because you're in this sort of dark moral area, and it's very violent, but it's also about justice and kind of fighting against domestic violence, and it's just so cool and it's so different. It's very masculine in a way that those songs are more about that Goodbye Earl female empowerment thing. This is just a different spin on it, and Lainey, having her have a different perspective where they're not even kind of communicating at the same time to each other. She's talking to a judge. It's just so damn interesting and so different, and the storytelling on it is so good. I think Hardy wrote this with, where's my phone? Hunter Phelps, I know he's on it. I know Jordan Schmidt, and then Renee Blair. It's produced by, wow, a lot of producers. Joey Moy, Hardy, Jordan Schmidt, Derek Wells. They did a great job. You get that little shaker at the beginning that almost feels that kind of rattlesnakey vibe, like you're in God's country. He also co-wrote Holy Water by Michael Ray, which is another kind of moment like this. And so these sort of darker storytelling, very Southern Gothic songs, super, super cool. I love that they're pushing it as a single. I love it. I mean, who knows if it will work in between stuff like Take My Name and Thinking About You and Party Mode. Like, is this song gonna work on radio? You actually kind of have to like think about it. We'll see, but I just think it's such a big statement, and if it does work, I mean, it's gonna be one of those classics. So if you couldn't tell, it's getting a big yeehaw. Another song I want to mention is Parker McCollum's new one called Handle on You.
Tennessee and Kentucky, 'cause you ain't here to love me.
I love this song. I love this song. It is the most immediate Parker McCollum song to me, probably that I've ever heard. Probably my favorite one since Young Man's Blues. And I think I like it more than Young Man's Blues. Yeah, it's just, this has been a really good month for music. Last month when I did this video, I was like, yeah, it's been kind of a mid-month. There's some just bangers this time around. And Handle on You, I just think it's great. The melody is so infectious, and you've still got longing, kind of forlorn Parker, but it's in a little bit more of an upbeat package with just the best wordplay going all through it. I love when he dismisses himself for being drunk. He's like, I should stop drinking, but I don't listen to drunks. That's such like a weird loop-de-doo, funny, counterintuitive, but smart line. And then obviously the whole conceit of he's trying to get a handle on you, but he's, you know, drinking from a handle. Sometimes those kind of setup songs seem cheesy. In this case, I definitely don't think it does. I think that totally works. And I think he sounds great. I love how his voice sounds in this song. He also sounds great on the Ronnie Dunn album on that song Road to Abilene. So I'm really loving those back-to-back Parker vocals. And yeah, another Yeehaw. While we're raving about stuff, let's talk about Lainey Wilson again and her song Watermelon Moonshine.
Drinking watermelon moonshine, cut the burn with a little.
The obvious comparison to this song would be Strawberry Wine by Deana Carter, in that it is a song about fruity alcohol and the loss of innocence and your first time. Although I would say this one feels a little bit like it has more of a bluegrass tinge upon it than kind of the lushness of Strawberry Wine. When I first heard the song, it really reminded me of Paint Me a Birmingham, some of the vocal inflections she does, but a bunch of people messaged me and said they hear That's What I Love About Sundays by Craig Morgan, and I totally hear that too. The lyrics here are simple but evocative. The kudzu vines, the mason jars, the blanket, they're 18 years old, and I don't know, it's just gonna put you in a balmy summer night with two reckless kids in love, and man, this song sounds great. Lainey's on such a roll. I feel like she's pulling off what Carly Pearce did last year when she kind of just caught that momentum. But between Heart Like a Truck and Watermelon Moonshine, and now she's on what is going to be, whether or not it's a hit, an extremely buzz-making hearty song. You know, she's just kind of, all the dominoes are falling correctly. And she's going to be on Yellowstone, so, I mean, Lainey, just killing the game. So she gets a Yeehaw. There's two songs that I didn't like. Let's talk about those, and then let's get to the more kind of, I'm not sure what I think songs. First one that I didn't like at all is Parmalee's new one, Girl in Mine.
In my t-shirt, in my ride, running circles in my mind.
Parmalee, I think I'm just kind of out on them. I know they're like hitting their stride with songs like Take My Name and Just the Way. They've kind of become, strangely, after being this sort of edgier rock band, they're now like these Hallmark friendly just boy toys with very nice white teeth and singing really sweet boyfriend songs, and it seems to be working for them. Girl in Mine just is so generic that it's that kind of tragic generic that I despise. It sounds a lot like Closer by the Chainsmokers to me. Very simple melody, but that's kind of all I can hear when I listen to it, and it's the kind of radio fodder that will probably work, and yet it will create no passion. I feel like this is the type of song that goes #1, and yet like 1 out of 10 people couldn't tell you who sings it. It's like an original Netflix movie or something. It's kind of there, probably does make some money for the company, but you might never hear about it from a friend. Anyway, I give it a Yee-Nah. Other one I didn't like is this song, This Miller Lite of Mine.
This Miller Lite of mine, I'm gonna drink all night.
I've never listened to Drew Green. I'm not really familiar with his work. I don't like dunking on artists that are new to me, but I saw this song having a little moment online. Some people were saying, what a fun party jam. Other people were saying this is like a historically bad piece of garbage. And I don't know. I definitely don't think it's very good, but I do think there's something clever in taking the tune of This Little Light of Mine, which you might have heard in Sunday school, and turning it into This Miller Lite of Mine. And I suppose it would be fun to hold up your beer and sing that in a bar together. I mean, I guess it's clever. It's clever in the same way that kind of TikTok songs like ABCDEFU or Twinkle Twinkle Little Bitch are clever in that it's taking something familiar to you and twisting it. But other than that gimmick, I don't really know what this song has going for it. I think it's musically messy. I think the verses that are just like, I like how it's cold, I like beer, are such a missed opportunity when, you know, I wonder if you could make this a smarter song of, you know, he's walking out of church or something and they were singing that song and then he ends up at the bar and he's like, This Miller Lite of Mine. Just some twist that kind of elevates the juvenile nature of things. That's why Drunk on a Plane by Dierks works so well, but this song doesn't do that, and I think ultimately it feels kind of stupid and forgettable, but I don't want to spend a bunch of time on it. I don't feel like it's like my mortal enemy of a song or anything like that, so I'm giving it a Yee-Nah. Kit Moore has a new one out called If I Was Your Lover.
If I was your lover in this life or another, yeah, we'd be.
Now, first thing I gotta say, it's obligatory. Some of y'all are gonna be annoyed that I have to say this, but if I was your lover is an incorrect use of the subjunctive. Technically, if I were your lover would be the correct use. I mean, I don't really care that much, but I said it with if I was a cowboy, so I'm just keeping the same energy. Anyway, this song got a ton of attention before it was released because there were all these pictures of Kip Moore and Morgan Wade, and it seemed like it was going to be a big collaboration, and everyone was pumped, like, oh, their voices are going to go so well together, they've got kind of this alternative rocking style, and then the song dropped at midnight, and it's not a duet. It's just sort of this steamy video where they're like rubbing all up on each other and kissing and very massagey. But it definitely left me a little confused, like, oh, what was that tease kind of all about? Part of me wonders if this is still going to become a duet down the road, because it looked like, to me, the way the video was edited, it looked like she was getting ready to lip sync sometimes, and I wonder if she recorded a verse, but then the label said no, or something. I don't know what's up, but it's just strange to me. Even though I think the video looks great, and it certainly did create a lot of buzz, and I imagine they're good friends that are like obsessed with working out together. They're both shredded. Now, all that said, once I listened a couple times without the expectation that I was going to hear Morgan Wade on the track, I really like this song. I think it's pretty different for Kip. He's been going more in like a southern rock direction, and this just is a little bit chiller and different, and the way the guitar is produced almost feels like xylophone-ish almost. It almost reminds me of Kygo production.
Talking down.
And then even the vocal melody of "If I Was Your Lover," like it's very up, down, kind of flows. The whole song just has almost like a waviness to it that I like. And I think it really makes Kip's vocals stand out, that kind of graveliness. There's a lot of people that do that over a more rockin' beat, but I just think this is unusual and cool, so it hit me really well. But what's up with the non-duet? We all want the duet. Maybe they're just going to go make it now. And, you know, if your labels are tying you up, you know, labels, stop being annoying. You know, this is all a conspiracy theory of mine, that this actually was recorded once. I truly know nothing, but I'm still mad at the labels about it. So anyway, I'd give it a light yeehaw. Kelsea Ballerini has another pre-release track called The Little Things.
When we're in a crowded room, put your hand on my back and wait in
This song has been a grower to me. When I first heard it, I was pretty underwhelmed. I felt like it's kind of in that poppy rocky, a little bit country inflected thing that Kelsey's been doing. She has said that this album is going to be way more 90s country inspired, and yet I feel like I still haven't fully heard that on any of the tracks, as much as I even did on something like Hole in the Bottle. But I do think there is a breezy charm to this song, and I think the lyrics about appreciating the little things in a relationship are actually really sweet. And the song's got such kind of a pop sensibility about it that you might not hear it the first time, but she talks about kind of her youthful expectations of love and then what she actually appreciates now that she's an adult in a relationship. And she says, like, I thought it was going to be sex scenes with like drawing hearts on the windows and this theme, almost like from Titanic, but really it's your hand on my back in a room, or it's you surprising me with coffee in the morning, or leaving a light on when I'm out with my friends. I really think it's a very charming lyric, and I gotta say, whoever's doing art direction for this era of Kelsey's career, whether it's her or someone else, they're nailing it, because I think this visual is entrancing in this video. Whatever's going on, how she's in black and white, but then there's sort of textures moving behind her and over her. It's like she's in a modern Saved by the Bell introduction. It just works. It's so freaking cool. I was like mesmerized by it. And that's why I listened to the song twice. And then I was like, am I kind of into this song? I'm kind of into this song. So I don't know. I'd give it a yee, but it's definitely been trending over the last 2 weeks in the direction more of a yeehaw. But nothing on this album yet has like really captured me. And so I'm still waiting for that. And maybe it won't happen, but we'll see. Muscadine Bloodline just dropped a song called Evinrudin. Man, Muscadine Bloodline's on a roll. I feel like they are really capturing this kind of southern, cool feel with like way more humor and momentum and pizzazz than they were able to on Dispatch to 16th Ave. And I really like that whole album, but man, they just got something going on right now, like a groove, and they're just hitting their stride. Me on You was a jam, Evinrudin's a jam. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know what Evinrude meant. I didn't realize it was a kind of boat engine or something, and everyone in the comments on Instagram was like, but didn't you hear it on Larry Fleet's Where I Find God? And I went and listened to that song and learned he does not say from the bar stool to the living room.
From a Mars
He's saying Evinrudin, like from the bar stool to the boat. And look, I didn't know that, okay? I didn't know that. But this song, I just love it. That little mention of the Hardy's biscuit. It's kind of like they say jambalaya on their last song. It's all clicking. It just is fun. The song's not that serious, but big yeehaw. Love what they're doing. Kenny Chesney and Old Dominion have a song called Beer With My Friends. Now, I know this was a Shy Carter cut, so I guess he's giving it to these guys, and it's fine. It's just like a pretty standard bar drinking song. The kind of chorus of all of them singing together, it does sound nice, but I don't know. It's not that serious of a song. It almost has like a little bit of a cheesy 80s rock feel to me. It definitely reminds me of Old Time Rock and Roll by Bob Seger. That melody is so damn similar to me. And there's been a lot of those lately. I also noticed the beginning of New Truck by Dylan Scott. Reminds me a lot of the beginning of I Love You Always Forever by Donna Lewis. Anyway, I got no interesting insights to offer this Kenny and Old Dominion song. Yee? I'm in a pretty big rush, so just to go quickly through these other songs. Blake Shelton's got one called Nobody or Nobody.
Tequila drunk on nobody.
This one has gotten press for having some line dancing associated with it, and Blake Shelton back in a mullet and all these 90s aesthetics. I would say the aesthetics are more 90s than the sound, but it's not bad. It's just kind of there. I don't think it's very inspired work from Blake. I'd give it a weak yee. Bailey Zimmerman has put out a third song called Where It Ends.
Went to battle for you always. Fought for you on your worst day.
I still really like Bailey's voice. I think he just sounds really cool. This song has syncopation, where he kind of waits at the end of some lines and then tacks on that last word, which I think, as small as that is, makes it so much more interesting to listen to. Whatever is sliding in the background of the song, it's like if you were to level down a steel guitar a few octaves. Maybe it's like a sliding bass. I don't know what it is, but that is a super cool effect, whatever they are doing on the verses. You definitely get what I call the wall of sound, a big block of noise on the chorus, but Bailey's got a good enough voice to carry it off. I just think he's pulling off like a pretty mainstream, pretty rocking, but elevated sound. And so I remain pretty intrigued by Bailey. So I think, you know, a light yeehaw. It's not, Rockin' a Hard Place is still what I think is his most interesting song. Koe Wetzel dropped a new song called Creeps.
I don't need your love. I don't need your sympathy.
I love this song. I think it's definitely a rock song, not a country song, but damn, that man can write a catchy melody. You just want to turn up his music when it drops. So I'm into it. It's not a country song, so I'm not going to give it a rating. But, you know, Cobro for life. Or this. I'm into Flatland's Mountain Song. I'm into Ian Munsick's More Than Me. I'm even into Maren Morris choosing I Can't Love You Anymore as her next single. I definitely think that's the catchiest melody on the album. I'm into a bunch of songs lately. But yeah, those first three I talked about, those are my kind of gold stars right now. If you ever want to know what I'm listening to, I periodically update my Spotify playlist, and you can see songs that I'm enjoying. There was a song on there recently by a guy named Tucker Nicell. Random little song called Wrist Tattoo that I found, loved it. I DM'd the hell out of this guy, Tucker, and told him to put a video up of this song. I'm like, bro, how am I supposed to spam my audience and tell them to go listen to you if you don't have a video up of you singing? And I gotta say, God bless Tucker, because he went and did it.
Paint the picket fence and paint the mailbox too, and put me in your wrist tattoo.
And right as I'm filming this, you know, he said, hey, I made this video, and good for him. You gotta market yourself if you are gonna be an independent musician that writes such damn beautiful songs as this song, Wrist Tattoo, where he says, paint the picket fence, paint the mailbox too, put me in your wrist tattoo. If that is not a sweet and youthful little lyric about wanting to settle down and having those first thoughts of young adulthood of like, man, maybe I would stay with this woman. I don't know. It's so cool. I love this song. It's like gentle little poetry. Go check it out. It is linked below because I already put it on my community page. Anyway, just proud of the damn boy for actually making the video, because so many independent musicians are too precious about wanting to, well, I want to have my friend record it and do it this time, and we want to get a director of photography. I'm like, bro, pick up your phone and film a video. So I appreciate it. Sounds great, Tucker. Y'all will go like it too. Anyway, that's it for my little single roundup here. Love y'all. That was a quick vid, but trying to do some simple ones and get into a rhythm here. Bye.